The Stanley Hotel in Colorado is said to be the most haunted location in America. Made famous by Stephen King in his book The Shining, the Stanley Hotel still operates as a hotel that accommodates visitors from all over the world. As we close up this Halloween season, we thought we would explore some of the most haunted locations in America. I'm Laura,
I'm Jesse.
I'm Chash.
I'm the Jericho.
and this is Reconfiguring Reality. All right, guys. So I was listening to a podcast on Spotify called Frights and Felonies, and he did
Ooh.
an episode on the Stanley Hotel. And I was like, that's so cool because I know we had this on our calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So I started listening to the entire podcast that he has there, and he brought up some really interesting haunted locations that
How long is that
we will.
podcast?
The podcasts themselves are about 20 minutes long. I think one of them's an hour, but
Damn.
they're really not that long of podcasts. And James, the host, is really awesome and funny. And he was supposed to be here today, but unfortunately, life got in the way, and he's not. But there's not that many episodes either. But I'll tell you one, the one that he does about the Blackburn cult. I don't think I've laughed
Mm-hmm.
so hard. It was amazing. The way that he did this podcast, it was amazing. But yeah, so I'm gonna link his podcast in our description, and you can find it on Spotify. And I think he has like a TikTok, maybe some other social pages or whatever. But it's really good. I'm really enjoying it, and I get on him every time I see him to release more because I'm done. So now I need more. But
Mm-hmm.
he talks the Frights and Felonies will talk about like the lost souls of Edinburgh Manor, um, and then it'll tell like horror stories revolving around that haunted location. So it's really neat. Highly recommend that. But his podcasts made me think, what other haunted locations are we gonna find, and are we gonna actually find the ones that he talked about? I have not found a lot on the ones that he's talked about, so that was kind of cool. But of course, the
Oh,
Stanley Hotel was one because it's famous. So,
well, yeah.
but
The
do you
Winchester
know
Manor.
Did see? I'm
when
not the
it is
only
not?
one who
I'm
says that it's
telling you,
haunted.
it is not haunted. I'm telling you, it is
It
not listed
comes
as a
up.
haunted
Yes,
location.
it does. Put haunted
There's,
places in the U.S. and it comes out.
What, the
but
Stanley
there's
Hotel?
No,
no the
Winchester.
Winchester House.
Yeah, the Winchester House is haunted.
It's not haunted.
It's haunted.
Look, I've been
Where?
there, so
How? What is haunting it? There's
Hold on, I have to do
nothing
the
happened in there.
Google.
the spirits of the people who were killed by the Winchester rifle. I mean, come on.
No, I don't think that's true.
For someone who's never been there, you're talking a lot of stuff. I'm just saying.
All I did was search Winchester House haunted. It
And
says so. There's a little about section. I'm not. This is just what I found off a basic Google search, so don't quote me or anything. It says under the about section, the Winchester Mystery House is a mansion in San Jose, California, that was once the personal residence of Sarah
Sarah
Winchester.
Winchester. Mm-hmm.
Yep, the widow. I'm sorry, I can't see. The widow of firearms Ma- Magnet William Worth Winchester. The house became a tourist attraction 9 months after the Winchester's death in 1922. I actually have to open up the Wikipedia real quick. It's a Victoria Gothic style mansion, was reowned and in. Da, 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 da. And then it goes into like the history of Sarah when she was born.
Does it say anything about it being haunted?
I
It
have
says
to.
visitors and tour guides claim
Thank
to
you.
experience cold spots, footsteps, cooking, smells, odd sounds, whispering, doors and windows slamming, and feelings of being watched. Investigator Joe Nickel explains that could be the result of confirmation bias and suggestibility due to publicity and rumors that the house is the most haunted house in the United States or even the world, or that over 1,000 ghosts reside in the home. Nickel reports one example where a shadowy figure thought to be a ghost turned out to be a staff member at the house. According to Nickel, there is no evidence that the house is haunted and that alleged whisper sounds can be imagined or due to wind. Additionally, it is common for large, rambly, and drafty old houses to have temperature variations, and the houses settling and exterior temperature changes can explain odd noises.
There you go. See, it is not haunted.
But okay, come on. It's a interesting
Well,
fucking
to be fair though, every haunted place could be explained by those same exact things. Like that's the problem with hauntings, right?
yeah.
It's not like a ghost comes out and gives you a 20-minute lecture about why they're haunting the place. But I will say
Fine, we
this
won't
much about
talk about the Winchester house then.
the Winchester House. I will tell you, from my understanding, is not the most haunted place in America. The most haunted place is this hotel you can stay at,
The Stanley
and
Hotel.
I don't know if it's the Stanley. It might be another one, but there's a hotel where like people routinely experience stuff. Not like you get in out of every 500 visitors, one reports a ghost. Like everybody who stays there is like, yep, someone sat on my bed in the middle of the night. There was no one there, and just crazy stuff. So
Well, there's what is it? The Queen Mary, the big cruise ship. I mean, there are people that
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yes.
died there, and then people, of course, stay there because it's also a hotel and have reported the feeling of like a guy scratching them, pulling on them, someone standing above them, like a specific, like a male figure that would go after the women. And then you'd have like other hotels where they're like, yeah, we left the room a complete mess and asked for nobody to come and clean it. And all of a sudden your room is clean and it smells like roses. Like,
Oh, what was that?
I can't remember.
I've been
There's
like, do
a
you not see this do not disturb sign, Mr. Ghost?
It is a hotel. I'd have to figure. I watch a YouTube channel. We can link it if you would like. It's called Sam and Kobe. They do a bunch of research in regards to haunted locations that either they found or viewers have sent to them, and they go in and they kind of run the story as they're doing their own paranormal investigation. Um,
They've taken Call Me Chris and Selena Spooky Boo
yes,
to some of
they
those.
have, and I love all four of them. They are amazing. They make me laugh every time. But it was one of their videos that I'm recalling, so I would have to search to see if I could figure out which location that is. They've also done it used to be like a TB hospital. I can't remember where it was, and I can't remember the name of it.
Wait,
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, but it was like a big,
that
big, big
is
hospital where even in the dead of winter they would like roll patients out onto like the front what is it called? What is it called? Like second story balcony. They would like roll their patients out to the balcony because they believed that fresh air and sunlight, even when it's snowing on top of the patients, was good for the patients.
fuck. What is that
I
fucking
know you know
called?
what I'm thinking of. I can't remember what
I
it's called.
You guys really want to see something scary? Research Sunnyvale Retirement Home.
okay. Are you talking about? I'm sorry. Let's go back to that. But are you talking about the Waverly Hills Sanatorium
I think so.
in
I think that's what it's
Louisville,
called.
Kentucky?
hmm So they did
Yeah.
their own like investigation there, and within that not hotel, within that sanatorium, I think is what you called it, right? Within
Yeah.
that location or sanatorium, they had a number of ghosts. You had the women's ward, the men's ward. At some point, I believe it also housed like the mentally ill. You had the people that, the side of the hospital where people were going to survive, and then you had the side of the hospital where it's like, yeah, those people are just absolutely going to die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You had children there. But anyway, Sam and Kobe did their investigation, and they would bring things and talk about haunted. Like every which way to sideways was happening. Things were going off. You could, there's a thing called the Estes method, if I'm saying that properly. Pretty much put headphones on, you blindfold yourself, and people are asking questions around you that you can't hear, and you are repeating what is played off of this like little box that cycles through radio stations. And whenever it
It's a
comes out the
spirit box.
clearest, yeah, the so-called, yeah, it's like a spirit box situation. So it's, if you want, we can link the YouTube channel. Again, I can't speak for how credible everything is. This is just a YouTube channel that I watch and I'm very invested in. But it is
Jerko,
entertaining.
what
Hmm.
Jerko, what were you talking about?
Hmm. Sunnyvale is a retirement facility, or what was. I don't think it's open anymore. But um,
Sunnyvale
uh-huh.
in California? No, that's a
Here you go,
That's
Bits.
a
place.
city.
Sunnyvale retirement home. Okay.
Yeah, basically they more or less tortured the people there. Is the easiest way to put it. The neglect and abuse and things that happened there are what changed retirement homes and put them under such scrutiny because of the terrible things that they would do. I don't
Okay.
know if they're haunted or not, but it's a more real horror
I
story than you're going to get for most places.
I found that there's no evidence of a haunted retirement home in Sunnyvale, California. So I have no idea.
So the
I
name of
can't.
it is Sunnyvale, but it's not in Sunnyvale, California, I don't think. I think it's like um
There are a lot of places that abused. I mean, you think asylum wise or any patient that was mentally ill in a hospital, they did a lot of horrible things to them. A lot of bad
Let's talk
energy.
about another house where massive abuse was. Uh it's the how do you say it, Jess? The one in New Orleans, the mansion that you were talking about. The Laurie mansion?
The Lalaurie. So
Lalaurie mansion?
yeah,
Okay.
the funny thing is American Horror Story based a season pretty much off of
They did.
Alright,
That's
somebody-
right.
Coven.
Yeah,
And
Lalaurie.
so what she did was here we go. Let's see, where is it? So Marie Delphine
Mm-hmm.
was the person, and then she owned this house. Her second marriage, where is it? Third marriage. Accounts of Delphine's treatment of the people she enslaved between 1831 and 1834 vary, recounting tales told by her New Orleans residents during her 1936 visit, claim that the enslaved people of La Lurie were observed to be singularly haggard and wretched when compared to other enslaved individuals. However, at least in public appearance, La Lurie was seen to be generally polite to black people and solicitous of the health of those enslaved.
Didn't she chain her people in the attic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So on April 10th, 1834, a fire broke out in the Royal Street mansion, beginning in the kitchen. When police and fire marshals reached the residence, they found a 70-year-old cook chained to the stove by her ankle. The cook later said that she had set the fire as a suicide attempt because she feared of being punished, stating that slaves have taken to the upmost room never come back. Um,
Wow.
so Lalaury's life after the fire is not well documented. She fled New Orleans during the mob violence that followed the fire, taking a coach to the waterfront, traveling. She went to Paris. But when the discovery, let's see, where was that? As reported in the New Orleans Bee of April 11th, 1834, bystanders responded to the fire attempt to enter the quarters of those enslaved to ensure that everyone had been evacuated. Upon being refused the keys by the Lalauries, the bystanders broke down the doors to the quarters and found 7 people, more or less horribly mutilated, suspended by the neck, with their limbs apparently stretched and torn from one extremity to the other, who claimed to have been imprisoned there for some months. One of those who entered the premises was Judge Jean Cognac, was subsequently disposed to having found in the Lowry mansion, I will not say that word, a female African American wearing an iron collar, and a old African American woman who had received a very deep wound on her head, who was too weak to be able to walk. He said that when he questioned Lowry's husband about those enslaved on the property, he was told in an insolent manner that some people had better stay at home rather than come to others' houses to dictate laws and meddle with other people's business. A version of this story circulating in 1836 and recounted by added that enslaved people were emaciated, showing signs of being flayed with a whip, were bound in restrictive postures, and wore spike iron collars which kept their heads in a static position.
Ugh. I have
Yeah.
here they're the Lolleries, is that how it's
Yeah,
said?
Lowry.
Lalaurie, yeah.
Though the Lolleries were chased out of the home, New Orleans, and U.S. entirely, the imprint of their horrific acts still haunts the mansion today. Visitors over the years have reported hearing blood-curdling screams, the sounds of chains clinking, the sounds of whips cracking, and the moans of what sound like humans being tortured, earning the Lollery Mansion a place among America's most haunted buildings. What about the Lizzie Borden house?
You have to remind me about that one.
Lizzie Borden
Okay.
killed her.
First of all, it is now a bed and breakfast.
I know,
Just
I kind of
so
want to
y'all
go.
know.
Love that. Have a little bread
So,
and breakfast with your fucking haunting. Let's go.
what about Sleepy Hollow in New York?
Well,
Okay, one at a
okay,
time.
we will visit that one after we talk about Lizzie Borden.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So, what's your history of Lizzie Borden there, Jess?
She killed her, was it her stepmother? Hold on, where'd it go? The Fall River Victorian is where one of America's most notorious unsolved murders took place in 1892. Inside the home, Andrew and Abby Borden met their grisly end with an axe, allegedly at the hands of their daughter Lizzie. Though she was acquitted, overnight guests report feeling an oppressive heaviness in the murder room and hearing whispers in empty hallways.
Did
So
she just kill
was,
them, or did she kill her sister too? I don't remember.
it was just her,
Emma was
just
dead.
the mother and father.
And it was it's an unsolved murder.
So
What happened to
they're
Lizzie
saying-
Borden?
Mhm. She's talking to Titus.
Yeah,
So they're
sorry.
saying that she murdered what, both her parents and sibling?
No, just her parents.
Just her
She
parents?
was
Well, you asked about the
found
sibling.
innocent. She was found innocent of the murders.
Oh, stepmother, not mother, stepmother.
I wonder what happened to her mother, like her biological mom.
Sarah Anthony.
And you said she was claimed innocent. Did she like
She was found
plead?
She was
innocent.
acquitted.
Yeah. So did she like plead guilt or non-guilty? And they just
Lizzie's
were
trial
like,
took place in New Bedford starting on July 5th, 1893. Another axe murder occurred in Fall River on June 1st, 5 days before Borden's trial began. This time the victims was Bertha Manchester, who was found hacked to death in her kitchen. The similarities between the Manchesters and Borden murders were striking and noted by the jurors. Portuguese immigrant Jose Carrera del Mello was convicted of Manchester's murder in 1894, but he was determined not to have been in the vicinity of Fall River at the time of the Borden murders.
Interesting.
Lizzie's presence at the home was also a point of dispute during the trial. According to testimony, Sullivan entered the second floor at around who's Sullivan? I think at 10:58 a.m. and left Lizzie and her father downstairs. Lizzie told several people that she went into the barn and was not in the house for 20 minutes or possibly a half hour. Heyman Lubinsky testified for the defense that he saw Lizzie leaving the barn at 11:03, and Charles Gardner confirmed the time. At 11:10, Lizzie called Sullivan downstairs, told her that Andrew had been murdered, and ordered her not to enter the room. Instead, Lizzie sent her to get a doctor.
Okay, so I found two things here. The reason why people think Lizzie Borden killed her parents was due to circumstantial evidence of a strained relationship, and a strained relationship with her stepmother. So the prosecution argued that she was motivated by greed and uh, over some inheritance, I guess. I guess the inheritance of her stepmother's potential inherit. I don't know, but so they think that she was guilty because of that, and because she attempted to buy poison, and her testimony was inconsistent. So of course, the public thought she was guilty because of that, but she was acquitted. And there was another suspect in those murders named John Morse. John was the brother of Andrew's first wife and Lizzie's mother. So he was at the house on the day of their murder. So it could have very well have been him.
Yeah, but despite the acquittal, Lizzie was ostracized by Fall River Society. So she moved. Name was again brought in the public eye when she was accused of shoplifting in Providence, Rhode Island, in 1905, shortly after an argument over a party that Lizbeth had given for the actress Nance O'Neill. Emma moved out of the house and never saw her sister again. You want to know what killed her?
What?
She got her gallbladder removed and then she died of pneumonia.
Oh,
Who
I was gonna
did?
say like
Lizzie
cold or
Borden?
Lizzie.
fever.
Yeah.
Do you know how old Lizzie was when she killed? Well, when she was accused of killing her parents?
The
No.
accusation of mildew.
Do you have any idea, Chash, how old Lizzie Borden was?
I want to say 7 or 8.
No, she was 32.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
because
didn't know that.
I thought this was a
she was
child
born in
murderer.
18. Wait. Yeah, she was born in 1860 and the murder happened in 1892.
Yeah, I straight up would have thought this was like a child murder, and that's why she was like acquitted, not full on a 32-year-old woman who can make sound decisions.
Yeah, okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely thought this was a kid. Yeah.
Gettysburg Battlefield in Pennsylvania. I don't know if you considered it a freaking cemetery, but like that's a haunted location all in its own right. There is a
Here's
cemetery on my list though. It's in Savannah, Georgia. It's called Bonaventure Cemetery.
I've heard of them. It's a
Oh.
very nice cemetery. Here's my question though. And this is going to be a kind of a roundabout question in regards to we're talking about cemeteries and like
Uh-huh.
hauntings and everything. If you die in battle and your body is then sent back wherever you passed, your body is sent to the States and they bury you, would you haunt that cemetery or would you haunt where you actually passed?
Depends. Usually it's where you die.
Yeah, because I'd be thinking then you'd just be reliving.
But you could have an emotional attachment, such a strong emotional
Mhm.
attachment to certain things and decide to go there.
Yeah. Well, because they mention like a lot of places in regards to the penitentiary, sanatoriums, places that used to be like medical for mentally ill, that it's the negative energy that really keeps them like haunted. So I was just curious in regards like what would be the feeling because many people have different feelings about cemeteries. It could be negative, positive. Like you, Laura, you seem to have a very positive outlook on cemeteries.
I feel so comfortable in cemeteries and so calm
Hmm.
in cemeteries. I can't imagine them being haunted.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is it would because there are some people who have negative interactions in cemeteries. I'm sure there are some people who have been like, oh, well, I was grieving so and so, and I felt a hand on my shoulder, and that was my sign that they were there. And I'm just wondering how like that works because there's so many different kinds of energy, not just the negative that seems to be told to people who, spirit hunt and everything like that, that's what they thrive on. Does that make sense?
Uh huh.
And as well
Well,
as
where would you haunt? Would you haunt the place that you died or the cemetery that your body is buried in?
I don't know because
Depends.
yeah. I also don't know if I would actually have my body buried or if I'm doing like a Viking ritual. You know what I mean?
I'm being cremated.
Jesse's
I'm
being
being
cremated.
cremated as well. As much as I love cemeteries, I want to be cremated.
I'm
Well,
putting
no, your
both of you in a
ashes still
tree.
get buried in a cemetery.
I'm putting both of you in
I
a tree.
I told Jericho that when I die, I want to be cremated, and then I want vials of my ashes randomly sent to people all over the world,
Jesus Christ.
so
Oh,
that they can spread my
Jesus.
ashes all over the world.
I'm pretty sure that's very illegal. Fairly certain that's illegal. I don't think you can send human remains around the world like that.
If it's a
I
little
think there.
vial
I
of
think there's a
ashes,
way.
they
I
can't prove
think
it.
there is a way you can fill out a form to send ashes.
I think you can, yes. Just like it is very illegal for people to just spread ashes randomly around the world.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, it is actually.
I think there's a form,
Most
but
places.
that's hilarious as fuck. Just somebody opening up a box being like, it's a jar of ashes. It's a jar of
With a note
dust.
that says, "Please spread me."
Oh my god!
I hope I get one of these
Please
jars.
spread me.
Please, because I'm gonna take a picture of it and keep it forever. Like,
Okay,
this
have
is
you
what
guys
she
ever heard
wanted.
her last
Our last
speech?
wishes.
Have you guys ever heard of the urban legend, the Lady in Waiting, or the Lady in White?
You mean La Llorona?
I'm sorry.
I guess that is. I don't know.
Let me bring myself together.
I know that we watched the Supernatural episode that was about the Lady in
Mm-hmm.
White. Jericho and I watched that. I don't know if anybody else
I
did.
believe like
Oh,
every
you're
state
talking about the
has
one
the
that
The
was on the
lady
side
lady
of
in
the road. You
waiting.
picked her up and then she would kill people.
Okay, you guys all talked at the same time, so I have no idea what the fuck anybody just said.
Sorry.
I said every state has a lady in white story.
Yes, yes, they do.
So it's a
So you know,
urban myth.
right? The urban legend. According to the legend, a woman dressed in white is falls into despair because her lover leaves her or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, otherwise there's the one where like she's in despair because she drowned her kids and stuff like that. It varies.
That's the one that Supernatural used. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
The
eating?
one that is used in the Honolulu International Airport is that she falls into despair and takes her own life because her lover boarded a flight and never came back. Like that's how he left her. So it's said that the Honolulu International Airport is haunted by the lady in waiting.
Sorry.
Found that very interesting that airport was on a list of haunted locations. You would not think of an airport as somewhere being haunted.
No, I would. How many people like come and go? And then
Yeah, but how many people die
I'm
in an
sure
airport?
someone's had a heart attack or bowel obstruction or something.
Well, it may not be someone who died in the airport, depending on where it's buried.
Okay,
Oh, that
why are you
too.
talking
Indian
with your
burial
mouth?
ground. She told
Depending
me
on
what
where,
she's eating, and I
sorry.
completely understand.
No, depending on where the airport's built.
Indian burial ground.
Not just
Gotcha,
that,
gotcha.
but people could haunt it that may have just died on the land, not in the airport.
And it also depends, like, was there a house there? Was there, what was there before the airport was there kind of situation? It could have been a hospital. They could have renovated a hospital, turned it into a massive airport, and now you got people who died of multiple reasons there. Been a living community, an elder's home, something, tore it down, put a airport.
A lunatic asylum.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Edgar Allan Poe house is considered a haunted location?
Yes, I want to go
Yes.
so bad.
Oh, girl.
Fucking can't with you
We
and your
have
mouth
a
full.
bucket list of locations that we need to go. And I know James from Frightened Felonies. Uh,
I
he and his wife would
think
join us.
I think
Ooh.
I've been to
Yes.
the Edgar Allan Poe house. Where is it located again?
Baltimore, Maryland.
No. So I've been to a different one. I just can't remember what it was.
Well,
Anybody
I
have any
want.
other more?
Well, it's the. But how do you pronounce this again?
Trans-Allegheny?
Allegheny. Sorry, Allegheny. They call it a lunatic asylum, but it was a psychiatric hospital. So it was built to only house 250 patients. By the 1950s, they had over 2,400 patients. And the asylum was sold at auction in 2011 and is open for tours and other events to raise money for its restoration.
That place is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. It's gorgeous.
And then let's see. So it's a paranormal traveler's mecca. You can do overnight experiences. You can take tours during the day. But let's see. Paranormal researchers, and this one does have a Zach Baggins Ghost Adventures. Is that the name of the show? I used to watch it. But paranormal researchers have documented figures lurking in the shadows, voices and other unexplained sounds, and the blood-curdling screams of those committed against their will. There's a tour guide that has seen like a very like the same figure over and over and over, and it does like this weird like crouch walk thing. Yeah, it's this place is huge though. Like I'm looking
It's
at
gorgeous.
it. Well, it's a very, very pretty architecture.
Oh, I want to go.
But-
Look at all these antiques in there.
I know they got violins and stuff, and they're trying to restore it too. So, but no, this is a place I plan on going to.
We're gonna have to make a bucket list, Jess.
Yeah, we will, and then I'll just leave him at home with kids. Yeah, I didn't say you were gonna go.
Crazy. You never
I'll
know.
go.
I'm crazy.
I'll go with her. I'll go with
Okay.
her. It's okay.
Yeah, she'll go with me and protect me.
There you go.
All right. Does anybody have any other places that they want to bring out?
Not really. Because the main one I was gonna talk about isn't haunted. But I will
talk about it.
Well, so has anyone seen Rose Red from the based off the Stephen King book?
Yeah.
No.
That book is based off of that house. I love it.
You could talk about it, but I still don't think it's haunted.
Well, yeah, no, but it's just that I'm a big Stephen King fan, so it's just I find it interesting that The Shining is based off a haunted hotel. The Rose Red is based off of that house and everything like that. Because in Rose Red, the house just keeps building, moves stuff around, rooms disappear. Like there's a staircase that leads to nowhere, just like that house.
That's going to be it for our podcast today.
Like, subscribe, follow, comment.
Don't forget to go check out Sam and Colby on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and Frights and Felonies on Spotify, and all that will be linked below. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you all later. Bye.